got in your, let's see what you got here in your column here.
The Oblivion Soul Food, which is filled with dirty blues, garage rocky sort of party jams, I suppose. Yeah, it's a good record.
Where are these guys from?
They Memphis, I think,
Okay.
maybe. That's what it says here.
Oh, and they were on Crypt.
That's right. This record is on Crypt.
Cool. And how do you find these, how do you get into these guys?
My girlfriend actually played me the Oblivions the first time. It wasn't this particular album, but afterwards I went out and I found all the other stuff. And then next I have Royal Trucks Accelerator, which is sort of a dirty, like heroin blues, grungy record. Kind of makes you want to go out and do something, but it also makes you want to stay in and stay in bed.
Are those guys still, is he doing the black, who's doing the Black Bananas thing? Was it him that was?
She's doing it.
Yeah.
She's doing the Black Bananas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he's doing his own solo stuff as well.
He's putting out
Yeah,
solo
Michael
records now?
Haggerty, yeah.
And as good as the Royal Truck stuff, or?
The record that I've heard is really quite good, but I haven't really listened to a whole lot of his stuff on his own. But I like this record.
Cool.
And then finally, a classic punk rock record. A lot of sort of New York punk attitude. It's Richard Hell and the Voidoids, Blank Generation. A classic, pretty much. His face is, he looks like he's ill. There might be something wrong.
There could be.
Yeah,
there could be.
There could be something very wrong with Richard Hell. There was something very wrong with Richard Hell. Anyways, yes, Richard Hell and the Voidoids, Blank Generation, great album.
I got three, but these are going to act as one. I know they seem really different. Marvin Gaye Live and Randy Newman, Little Criminals. The reason I put them together is because I was trying to pick things in sort of stages of my life. And so when I was young, my parents listened to a lot of soul stuff and R&B, as well as Randy Newman. And they were kind of things I remembered having a fondness for when I was young, but I didn't quite get it because it was just sort of background noise, you know. And as you got older, you start to realize whether your parents had bad taste or whether it's like, oh, they were actually into cool stuff. It's kind of neat. And another reason I chose Marvin Gaye, not because it was constantly being played at my house, like my mom would be doing stuff around the house and blaring this, and my dad would play it in the car and that kind of stuff, but also because it's a live record, and I don't have a big affinity for live records, but I feel when they're done, they have to be done at this sort of grandiose level. They have to be done like it's, I don't know, I find it's hard to do a really good live record, and I never seek them out, I never really buy them, but this didn't really inspire me to play necessarily Randy Newman. It's just that Randy Newman stuff was always, for me, he was one of like the first storyteller type musicians that I latched onto. Like my parents listened to a lot of other great storytellers like Tom Waits, Townes Van Zandt, things like that, but for some, I guess it was because of the stage I was at that there was a playfulness to it that when I was that young I could really sort of latch onto it. So Husker Du or Husker Du, New Day Rising. This one is hard to choose because it's sort of it's an in-between record. Like I got introduced to this band by two of my older brothers, and although I've gotten really into stuff like Minor Threat and the harder stuff like Void and a lot of Discord stuff. At the same time, for some reason, this style of stuff sort of bridged the gap between the really, really punk stuff like Black Flag to things in the sort of Fugazi area. And the last one is Lady Hawk. No Can Do, the newest one that just came out.
Some local
Canadian.
Canadian.
They've kind of been a favorite of ours in the band. We played with them a number of times. They're all true gentlemen, but more importantly, they're a great band. They really know how to write good songs.
Yeah, what's that?
And the
hit,
cover is...
The hit on this one is...
You read my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We listen to that once a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm serious. We have the whole record. I'm not sure if we're supposed to have it. we have it, and
It's supposed to be kept under wraps.
I don't know.
You're holding it in your hand.
I know, but we had it. We had it a while ago.
Okay.
Anyway, it's incredible record, incredible band.
Yay. I chose Kinda Kinks. For me, this is, I don't know, maybe the quintessential British Invasion record. Pretty much flawless beat music from the early 60s. It's got that classic, naturally overdriven guitar that the Kinks are famous for, and the amazing Shel Tammy production on the drums and everything. Not to mention, Ray Davies' incredible lyricism and songwriting and all that. So this one I highly recommend. I think it's some of the best stuff they ever did. And this first song, Look For Me Baby, side 1, first track, party starter. Absolute perfection. Crazy rhythms. For me this was kind of the, when I got really sick of listening to the Talking Heads, this stepped in. This has kind of got the same, undeniable pop feel and that quirkiness that the Talking Heads have. But it's a little bit more compact and kind of like slick songwriting and kind of got some of that 80s feel happening, late 70s, early 80s feel. So that's really good. Iggy Pop, Zombie Birdhouse. I know a lot of people who think this is maybe his worst album, and it might be, but
But the cover is pretty. Let's do some more cover
Yeah,
interpretation
I think
cover. I'm
this is-
curious.
he's having a 7-Up.
I'm just curious. Yeah, well, the 7-Up, and the other. I'm a fan of like physique. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm like look at the.
Well, who's more famous than Iggy Pop for being in shape? This is 82, and so this is Iggy Pop in his most, I don't know, depraved, I think. This is some ridiculous music.
He's well behaved and he's most depraved.
Yeah.
Well behaved in this photo.
He's well behaved in that photo.
The
He's
7-Up,
thinking,
neither of those are his.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
freak people out next. Anyway, the first track again, Run Like the Villain. Incredible song. Weird drum machines mixed with loud, dark guitars and stuff like that, and the classic Iggy Pop delivery. So it's all there. It's really weird, and you might hate it, you might love it. I think it's one or the other. So
Sweet. Let's do that. So no words of wisdom from.
support local record stores.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well said.
Yeah, nothing like it. So,
It sounds
Yeah.
better on a turntable than on your iPod.
the rumors are true.